This video will provide information on the benefits and conditions of living and working in South Korea. One of the first benefits of choosing to teach in South Korea is airfare. The school provides a one-way ticket to Korea from any international airport in North America. If you're working in Seoul, you're likely to only get the one-way ticket. However, if you're working in a smaller city, it's sometimes possible to arrange for a round-trip ticket. So talk with your recruiter at Teacher Tech about that. Once you confirm your reservation, the school will pay for the ticket in advance. And again, this is normally a one-way ticket to Korea from any international airport in North America. Teacher Tech will arrange your ticket through a travel agency. You'll get a call from the travel agent, at which time you can ask questions about baggage or request special accommodations such as seating and meal preferences. So again, those details can be arranged with the travel agent. After talking with the travel agent, you will receive an e-ticket. Housing is another benefit of teaching in South Korea. The school provides rent-free, furnished housing within walking distance of the school. Teachers are responsible only for the utilities as it's rent-free housing. And in general, the utilities for most of the apartments that the teachers live in are usually around $100 per month. Furnishings. The apartment will have basic furnishings, things you need for daily living. For example, bed and bedding, refrigerator, washing machine, some kitchen utensils, and pots and pans. Single housing is the norm unless you're placed together with a partner or friend. In that case, you should request shared housing. And again, you can talk with someone at Teacher Tech about that. Medical insurance is another benefit of working in South Korea. South Korea has an affordable world-class public healthcare system. Medical insurance includes dental and vision benefits, and you're eligible to visit any doctor in any hospital. Most doctors can speak English well enough to understand your medical needs. The cost of healthcare is less than most Americans are used to. You'll have to pay half of the monthly premium, which is about 2.5% of your monthly salary. The school will cover the other half of the premium. There's also a pension plan in South Korea that you'll be part of. You will join the Korean National Pension System. This is comparable to the U.S. Social Security system or the Canada Pension Plan. The current monthly pension deduction is approximately 9%. You cover half of this, and the school covers the other half. You're eligible to receive the entire amount in your pension account at the end of your stay in Korea. Income taxes, not so much a benefit. However, for most North Americans, taxes in South Korea are generally lower than what they're accustomed to paying. U.S. and Canadian citizens are exempt from U.S. and Canadian tax on income earned while living in Korea. You can still file U.S. or Canadian taxes while living in Korea. You simply have to choose the correct exemption code. The Korean income tax rate is approximately 3.9%. U.S. citizens are eligible to receive a full refund or a partial refund of Korean income taxes during the first 2 years of residency. So if you live and work in South Korea for only a year or 2 years, at the end of your stay, you would want to check on receiving this refund of Korean income taxes. If you have detailed questions about income taxes, please contact a tax professional, or if you're in the U.S., contact the Internal Revenue Service, or in Canada, the Canada Revenue Agency. There are a couple of really important end-of-stay financial benefits as well. Upon completion of your contract, you're eligible for a severance payment equal to 1 month's salary for every year you worked at that school. This means that if you worked at a school for 2 years, obviously you could get up to 2 years of salary. And you don't have to be leaving the country to receive this payment. It's only when you're moving from one school to another school. If you are leaving the country, it's the same thing, but it's not required for the severance payment. However, for the pension payment, it's a little bit different. As a U.S. or Canadian citizen, you're eligible to receive the entire amount in your pension account at the end of your stay in Korea, including the portion paid by the employer. So again, this pension payment is only at the time you leave South Korea, not when you're moving from one school to another. But again, after your stay is complete in Korea and you're going home, this is when you would look into the pension payment. Holidays. You'll work Monday to Friday, not Saturday and Sunday. And you'll also get 15 to 16 national holidays each year. Vacation days differ somewhat for teachers in kindergarten programs and those in elementary and middle school programs. Teachers in kindergarten programs are given 2 weeks of pre-scheduled vacation time. Normally that's 1 week in the summer and 1 week in the winter. Teachers in elementary and middle school programs are given 5 to 10 vacation days. Each school has a different policy, which will be included in the contract. So it's very important to review the contract, and particularly for elementary and middle school programs where there's a little more variance in the vacation days that are allotted. Just a quick summary of some of the benefits. In terms of salary and benefits, you'll receive 2.2 million won monthly, and that's roughly 2,000 US dollars or 2,400 Canadian dollars, depending on the current exchange rate. So just check the current exchange rate if you want to see, exactly what your earnings translate to in US or Canadian dollars. We talked about already affordable health care, low taxes, and as well a pension plan and a severance payment. So all these translate into financial benefits. There are also some lifestyle benefits, the fact that you have rent-free furnished housing, no commuting expenses because you're walking distance to the school, you don't need a car or anything like that, and then it's also just a simpler, sort of low-cost, low-stress way of living. There are 2 end-of-stay financial benefits that were mentioned a few slides previous, 2 financial benefits that come at the completion of the contract, which are really equivalent to 2 months of salary, and that's your pension and your severance payment. So the average annual savings for U.S. citizens is somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 16,000 US dollars, and for Canadian citizens, somewhere in the range of 16 to 20,000 Canadian dollars. Now, of course, this will depend on your lifestyle and what other kinds of expenses you have, but there is, as you can see, quite a good potential to save while you're working in Korea. If you have any other questions about this presentation or anything related to the benefits of living and working in South Korea, contact Madeline Moon. There's her Chicago address, also her phone where you can text or call her, and her email.